Smile 2 essentially picks up where the last one left off, but we are with new people. A few more people have met this demon. I think this is a really good sequel. It really expands the world where we are now following a pop star in New York, and it is quite grand. The acting is solid. It starts off eerie, just a little foreboding, and then it slowly starts ramping up. And I think this may be the most stressful horror movie I've seen in theaters so far this year, because once it gets going, it's nonstop. You don't always know what is real. It was so much fun to see it in theaters. I also like that they go into the dark aspect of possibly being a pop star from someone who has had a traumatic event, which they did a really good job of showing enough of her backstory woven throughout the story without being too many flashbacks, but put in right places so we just understand this character and what she's been through and how she is going to try and see herself through this. It had some pretty effective jump scares. The scenes were creative. It's just a really fun time. This movie is serious, but it's also really fun in the dialogue with some of the characters. There's just funny things that they say, but it's not enough to break up the fact that it is a serious tone movie. I don't know if we even see the main girl having a good time at all through the entire movie. It's just stress in her real life and stress because she has witnessed something that now has an entity following her. I went to the fan event, so we got a nice poster. It was in the Dolby Atmos super screen. It was just a really good time. It reminded me of what a really good horror movie could do with a good budget with people that believe in it because of a good sequel, because the first one was one of my favorite horror movies of last year, so I'm glad that this one really did step it up. I didn't know how I felt about the idea of like a pop star being the background to this one, but it worked really well even when they're just in her apartment. It's very scary seeing how alone it could be to be dealing with something like this and figuring it out on your own, especially as someone who has already experienced so many traumatic things within a short time span. So if you want to see an actual scary movie, Smile 2 is the one.